Okay, so I'm just getting permission to record the conversation. I've got Allison, Shreeve and Julie Walker here, and you both give me permission to record your voices?
Yes, and likewise you give us permission to record your voice.
Correct.
So thank you for meeting me.
Sure.
I just want to just check first of all, how much time do you have before you have to go? You mentioned...
Yeah, I've got a specialist appointment, so I should have like probably an hour. So
you got till about 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay. And also I just want to set the intention for the meeting. My intention for the meeting is to resolve any issues that we have between us.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a few years now and lots of things have happened, but I feel like based on your emails and my emails that, you know, you want to resolve things and that we can move on.
Yeah, sure.
So today for me will be about that and figuring out how we can do that.
Yep.
And I also want to find out from you what, let me just see here, I've got a few things. So I'd like to start with what you would like to get out of the meeting today.
Well, closure, as I keep saying, you know, it's time for both of us to move on, provided we can come to some agreement. And if we can't, well, we can't. But really, there's not a lot of point in us both doing what we're doing. And even though you think I'm out there actively looking for people to they look for me, Allison. I haven't gone out and looked for anybody. They contact me. So there's something that you're doing that's fundamentally not working for people, and I think it's great for you because you can work out where you need to head. Because what you're doing now is hurting people, and it's not, you know. But I don't look for anybody; they find me.
So you want closure?
I want closure. Yep.
You mentioned in one of your emails that you said that I owe you $5,000, and so I'm wondering on what grounds do you think that I owe you $5,000 US?
I explained that in an email to you yesterday. Did you not get that?
I did get the email, but you haven't given me any proof or...
Well, you have the proof. I've got screen dumps of what the affiliate was up until you closed it down. But once you closed it down, I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is when I went to the conference in Chiang Mai, there were people that I had referred in that conference. So there were more commissions outstanding, apart from what you said that you wouldn't pay me. So
first of all, you just said that I shut down. I personally never shut anything down.
Well, Emily did. Somebody did.
I just want to be clear that I never shut anything down.
Well, the company I paid, right, shut it down.
Okay, so I just want to establish two separate things. There's the company, which we're referring to as the business formulas.
That's correct.
And there's me.
Which you told me you were actually you told everybody that you weren't a salesperson there. You told them it was your company.
So I want to establish two different things. That there's the company that you had an affiliate agreement with, and there's me personally, who you're asking $5,000 from.
No. You told me that you told everybody that you were the company, right? You didn't stand up and say I'm the salesperson representing the company.
So I just want to finish what I was saying, which was establish the difference between me personally and the company that you had the affiliate agreement with.
No, the company is irrelevant.
Well, it's not really when you're talking about affiliate commissions owed to you. If you sign an agreement online and join an affiliate agreement.
Did I sign an agreement? Have you got that? Have you got that?
I do have a copy of it. You can have a look at it. So when you...
An affiliate agreement?
Yep.
Online?
When you join the affiliate agreement online with Fusion HQ...
I don't believe I signed it. I signed the agreement.
When you tick the box and say I agree to the terms and conditions, they're all right there, and then you join the affiliate agreement. One
of the things about your terms and agreement is, as you've had issues, you change them. So, and then you do you do that? Because I know you do that.
No. So
because I've got copies of here and here
if you let me finish what I'm saying. So there's the affiliate agreement that you agreed to, which is the Business Formulas affiliate agreement. And when you promoted the Business Formulas products and made commissions, the Business Formulas paid you those commissions. Any commissions...
You said you were the Business Formulas, Allison.
Let me finish what I'm saying, please. That'd be great, and then we can get to your question. So when you signed that agreement and promoted for that company, you were promoting the Business Formulas products, and any sales that were made were to be paid from the Business Formulas to you, not from...
I don't know, however,
from you
I don't know how it works.
But when you sign a contract online, you should read it, and you should understand that you're signing an agreement with a company called the Business Formulas.
So you said you were the Business Formulas. You and Jim both said you were. Is that correct?
So now, when we're talking about...
Alison, can you answer that question?
I'm answering you.
No,
if
I'm
you
answering...
Give me a second to answer, right? So,
folks, we didn't establish what my role was.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
In the beginning. So,
Sure.
Would you like to? Because
Yeah.
I want.
No, Julie, please say it in your words, because how do you know Alison?
It's through a contact. Alison contacted me through another contact. Alison was just looking for somebody local.
Sure. So what would you say your role is today?
Well, today I see my role as a witness and a neutral third person.
Sure.
If for both of you there would be any help in facilitating any mediational process, I'm willing to do that to help you both be able to listen to each other more effectively and to be able to present your needs and ideas and to come to a resolution, if that would be helpful. Because I'm starting to see that, and I see the level of concern and distress that you both experience through all of this, and I'm starting to see that the discussion is getting a little bit non-productive. And so, if it is helpful for me to just help you to process, what's your view on that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So to answer your question about the ownership of the Business Formulas, originally Jim and I decided to go into business together. That's what we decided, and because of existing structures that he already had set up in the US, the company was formed over in the US, and as much as I was aware at the time when I was running workshops, I believed that I was an owner of the company, but I found out later that I wasn't on the entity.
Neither was Jim.
And that they wouldn't give me a contract.
But neither was Jim.
Yes, he was.
No, he's not. You go and search on the US.
Oh, no, he left the company a year and a half ago, Kerry.
Yeah, but when I joined, he wasn't on the company.
Well, look, there are periods
because only
of time,
Emily's on the company.
There were periods of time where he was, and there were periods of time when he wasn't. So, as far as I was led to believe when I went into business with these guys, that I was led to believe that I was an owner of the company, and one of my roles in the company was to make sales of the company's products.
Yep.
And I was very good at it, as you know. And because I was in Australia, I did a lot of the coaching calls, and you and I did over 70 hours of coaching calls that I did for you for, the product that you purchased, and, plus all of the other things that we did for the purchase that you made. So since then, I no longer work for the company and haven't received revenue from them for a long time. Nothing. I never received anything from what you purchased. And since things started going, can I say, pear-shaped in March 2 years ago, then there has been no more affiliate commissions earned, as far as I know, but I don't know for sure because I don't have access to...
That's my dilemma, isn't it?
Okay,
I don't know.
Well, if you listen to my point of view and my side...
Do I get to talk sometime? Or?
Of course, but I'm still answering your question.
Yeah.
So when you say to me, you represented this, well, at the time I believe that I was owner of the company, or part owner of the company, and as it turns out, they didn't do the right thing by me either. So in this case, you need to understand the difference between the company that you signed the affiliate agreement with and me personally, as somebody who was
representing the company as a company owner, yeah,
and selling their products
as a company owner.
So,
and that's when it was way back then in the beginning. That's when we're talking about.
But right now you're making a claim.
No, I'm making a claim from back then.
I understand that, but the claim is to the company. But you're making the claim to me personally.
Because you said you were the company, so that's why.
Can you understand that I never received any money from those customers, and I never received your money?
Well, that's nothing to do with me, Allison.
Well, I'm trying to show you what the actual situation is, because you're trying to ask for $5,000 from me when I never received any commissions, and from what I understand, any commission that was owing to you at the time was $1,599.55. That was the exact US dollars amount that was owed to you in March, whatever, that year.
I haven't checked that, but if that was, is that the balance still outstanding?
Well, from what I understand, I'm telling you from what I know, it's $1,599.55 US dollars. That was the matter a few years ago, all right? So since then, a lot of things have happened, and there's been videos made, websites put up, customers have been contacted.
I haven't contacted any customers. They have contacted me, Allison.
Initially, I've got correspondence from you saying that you've been friending all of my friends and you were having a great time telling people about me and the business, and there's a whole website that you've dedicated to asking people to come to you, and so that you can tell your story, and you have made posts in social media, asked your friends to share it, and of course if people want to contact you, it's been put in front of them. And
well, so be it. You cannot do the crime and not do the time.
So what crime do you think I have committed?
Allison, I have over 70, actually I've got probably over 80 people now have contacted me to say that they've tried to get a refund, and you go, no, you didn't contact me, you didn't do it in 30 days, no you can't. And they haven't received, products and services that they've paid for. So now people don't contact me.
So tell me something. Let's pretend for something that you don't know anything about your own website, and you come to me as a new customer. And you come to me as a new customer and you buy a product or a service from me. And somewhere down the line, whether it's 30 days, whether it's 60 days, whether it's 10 days, whether it's 5 minutes, you come across a website dedicated to Allison Shreeve as a scammer.
No, it's not a website.
Hang on a second.
I need to clear that. Let me tell you that.
Can I just finish what I'm saying?
It is wrong. It is my journey of how I did. I paid you for a service.
You didn't pay me. You paid the company.
You were representing the company. You said you are the company.
You didn't pay me.
Well, I did. I paid you because you set up the PayPal buttons and you took the money. Yeah.
You purchased.
Did you not set the PayPal buttons up? Because I paid in. No, it wasn't online.
It was online.
So again, folks.
No, this needs to be very clear, because I paid Allison. I was on the phone to her. She wanted 10 grand US. I couldn't process it at 10,000 because my credit card had a limit on it. So you went and you made 2 PayPal buttons, one for like 6 and one for 4.
No, the actual truth is we're on a strategy call together, and you had invested $497 to do a strategy call with me, and you get to credit the $497 to any product or service of the business formulas, and there was a $10,000 marketing package that the business formula was offering. But since you got to credit the $497 to the investment, I said to you that I can make you a new payment link which will
That's
deduct.
correct.
Hang on, which will deduct the 497,
Yep.
and you asked for it in 2 payments.
Yep.
So there was one for 4,000 US dollars,
Yep.
and one for 5,500
500, yeah,
US
whatever,
dollars.
yep.
And that PayPal link I created inside the Fusion account of the business formulas.
I paid
and,
you, yeah.
and the money that you paid to the company went into the business formulas PayPal account.
I know where it
Through
went.
this, I'm telling you where it went, and I'm telling you what actually happened. So you paid for the product and service of the business formulas, which was the business formulas complete package at the time, which is the marketing
Yep.
done for you. So I want to be really accurate here with what actually happened, Kerry. And you know, at the moment, we have a situation that is, I believe, not very fair, because
People are
I have-
losing money all over the
well,
world now.
No.
You're giving Australia a bad name?
People are not getting a chance to work with me because they're seeing your website and they're refunding before they get any results. They're also, and so when you say to me that you've got 70 people who haven't got results,
It's more than that now.
okay, but, or 80 people, whatever. Chances are, and I know for a fact, that a lot of those people have refunded before they've taken action in my program. They've also refunded before they've even given my program a chance. And so when you tell me that you have lots of people who have joined my program, and because it was after 30 days, we do have a 30-day money-back guarantee policy, as you know, Kerry.
Yeah, I've
and if it's
got
after,
it on my site,
and if it's
actually.
after the 30-day money-back guarantee period, I have every right, since I have delivered the product or service or access to membership sites, to say that they're not eligible for a refund. And since I have made a lot of changes in my business and fixed a lot of things, except it's very difficult for me to prove that my business is good and that it does help people because they refund before they get a chance of working.
Well, I'm not just talking about that.
So-
I spoke to someone who's invested a lot of money in with you, who's ready to ask for a refund, and they approached me on the weekend.
Who
So
is this person?
I'm not going to tell you the name, and I can't. Look, you're asking me to breach the Privacy Act, and I'm not prepared to give people who've confided in me their details, because there's not going to be a happy ending. And
So-
why would people
so
confide in me
if
if I
people-
go and tell them?
So in my business, Kerry, I have an open door policy where you can come to me at any time with any issue you have, and I will resolve it. And you even know, even a few years ago, I sat with you for 35 minutes on a Skype call to listen to all of the things that you had issues with. And I told you that I would contact Jim and Emily about them. I told you that things would be resolved. if
And they
there's
weren't.
anything.
And they weren't.
But
And they weren't. And
you know me, Kerry, that I've showed up to every call that you ever booked. I did everything I said I would do.
no, you haven't, Allison.
I
You
contacted
haven't.
Jim and Emily. Whether Jim and Emily did their bit, I don't know.
The whole
But
thing's
I'm-
just pear-shaped. But
but
it's
I'm-
no good going.
Okay,
You're going over the past. There's no
But
point
what
in
I'm-
that.
Okay, so let's get back to the agenda, which is resolving the issues between us, so that we can move forward. Okay. There are certain things that I would like done by you, so that we can move forward.
I won't be doing
And-
anything, Allison. I can tell you that now.
And there are.
I don't have to do anything. All I am is relating my experience online with you, and when people talk to me, I'm relating what they're saying as well. And I'm not mentioning names. I'm not doing anything.
You are
It's just a
mentioning names.
journal.
You've mentioned my name.
Oh, I've mentioned your
You've
name.
used my photo. You've defamed.
But I've changed it. You told me I could change it 20%, and it's fine, and I've done that.
No, you have defamed my photo, my image.
No, you said I could
My
change.
brand.
No, you said I could change. This is what we learned at a seminar. If you change the image 20%, you can use it for your
I've
own.
never
So
said
I've done that.
I've never said
It
that.
has been said.
No, I haven't.
Well, that's what I learned.
So
So
again, it's coming down to decisions. So, Kerry, what's your, Alison, you asked at the beginning what you're wanting. And what
okay, I've asked her for 5,000 US. I don't really mind where the money comes from, but if we don't conclude this today, when I leave, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my website up for sale. And so it's going to be for sale to anybody who wants to buy it, and it will be substantially more than $5,000. I want the affiliate commission. I don't care where that comes from or where it went or whatever. You were getting paid. You were representing the company as the company owner when I paid the money.
You're assuming that I was getting paid.
I don't know whether you were or not, Alison.
I know, but please don't
It's got
make
nothing to do with me.
You're making a statement which isn't true.
Well, I didn't get paid because I worked 5
But
months.
you're assuming that I got paid.
I worked 5 months full time
So did I.
following that for nothing.
Yeah, I put over.
At least you had the potential to get paid.
I put over 200 hours into your business, Kerry.
Well, I don't know where
my
that.
personal hours.
Yeah, but
doing
I don't know
coaching
where
for-
that 200 hours. I don't even know about 70 hours because we were
I
limited.
have-
We did 2.5 hours a week.
I have 70 days that you have booked meetings in the calendar.
Well, that's half an hour a day.
Yeah, but you know as
That's,
well.
we didn't
that
go overtime. You were too busy.
Yes, we did. We did many.
So that's
calls.
35 hours.
We
So
So
did many.
again,
Anyway,
yeah,
I went.
It's really,
Kerry,
it's really hard
But-
not to
but
get
just-
bogged down.
just let
in
me-
it.
yeah, I
just
know.
let
But
me-
you can't
let
keep
me-
making. I've
just a
heard you
second,
enough.
Kerry, let me finish.
You can't make untruthful
Kerry,
statements
let me
and not
finish.
have me call it.
when
both
when
of you.
when
Yeah,
I
for both of you,
when I
it's
book a meeting,
challenging.
Kerry, when you and I had meetings,
It was half an hour meeting.
yeah, they're booked as half an hour meetings. But if we ever went over, I used to drag it down in the calendar so that I knew exactly how much time I spent with each person. So at that time, if we spent, I know there were times we spent 3 hours on a call together. If that 30-minute meeting was on the calendar, I dragged it down to 3 hours. So I had a record of how much time I spent with every single customer. So when I say that you and I spent 70 hours together, it's because I've actually gone through every day in the calendar that we work together, and I actually added it up. There's nothing.
It doesn't
Not
matter.
true.
It's irrelevant,
Well,
Alison.
let's come to
I'm
It's
just saying,
irrelevant.
like, don't tell me that I'm lying to you because I'm telling you the truth. And I'm telling you that the company...
It's irrelevant, Alison. Why are you still talking about that?
All right,
So let's come
so
to
what
the
is
present.
relevant then?
Yeah.
So you want $5,000?
5,000 US, and that is for payment of what we both don't know about the affiliate commissions. And if you do that, I will take the website down and not put it on the market for sale. Okay.
What about the posts you've made?
What post? I don't know. Where are the posts?
All of your Facebook posts, LinkedIn posts, Twitter posts, Google Plus posts, all of the posts you've made in social media.
Well, they're
about-
gone, Alison. They're
They're
gone.
not going. They're still public record. It's
Well,
still
if you find
found.
one that is affecting you, I'll take that down. But I'm not going to spend a week trying to find out where I've posted.
Yesterday, I went and had a look at your social media pages, and there are hundreds and hundreds of posts defaming me personally and the business formulas and Jim Graham. Hundreds of them. And if you even scroll down on your own timeline, you will see how many there are. Now, I have a record of every post you've ever made, and these need to be taken down off the internet if I'm going to agree to anything with you, Kerry. You have publicly defamed and maliciously defamed me.
No, I
for
wanted
2
my.
years.
Firstly, I wanted my money back, which
That
you
has nothing
refused to
to
give
do with
me.
me.
I don't. You
It's
represent.
the
You
business.
were the company owner,
I'm
Alison.
not the company owner.
I know you're not saying you're not now, but that's not
Okay,
what you said
well,
back
let's have a
then.
look at what is true now.
I don't want to.
What is true now is that I'm not the company.
Okay.
And I don't work for the company.
Okay.
So right now you're trying to get $5,000 US out of me, but I do not personally owe you.
When I paid the money, you were the company. You were
Okay,
representing the company as the company. I paid you the money. You set up the
You never
PayPal.
paid me the money.
You set up the PayPal. I don't know where the money went. It went to a PayPal account. So
if
I don't
you
know
buy
where
a
the money
burger
went.
from McDonald's from the
I don't know where the money
salesperson,
goes.
Do you pay the salesperson or do you pay McDonald's?
But you weren't represented as a salesperson. You were the company owner.
I was representing as a salesperson.
No, you weren't. You told
Okay,
us through the
again,
company.
we
So
could spend an hour
going round in
Yeah.
circles.
Let's look at coming
Okay.
back to where you both are right now and what's productive and what will make a difference to both of your lives.
So, if I were to agree to an settlement amount to you, whatever that is, I would request that the things in the document that I sent you yesterday.
I'm not going to talk about that document. It is a waste of time. You've asked me to break the law about 3 times.
So maybe we can
So,
pull it out and you can tell me which,
I'm
which
not
ones
going
you
to
would
talk.
like to not.
None of them. What I'm prepared to do, Alison, is I'm prepared to take the site down once you give me the money. That's what I'll do. I will not actively go around and talk about you. I will not promote you. I will not, you just won't be there. But as far as me sitting there for days, taking down posts and things like that I don't know where they even go. If people share it, how do I know where that's
gone?
So
you need to
gone?
be responsible for your actions, Kerry. And
I am.
You have put things online that aren't truthful.
I don't want to go. I have been truthful all the way through.
You have made statements online that I owe you $13,000 and that's not true.
It was.
No, it's not.
It was. It was
it's
$10,000 refund and $6,000 in affiliate commission.
No, it's not true, Kerry.
That's not.
Your numbers have changed so many times and it's so inaccurate. All of the claims that you've been making online about me are not true. And I never personally owed you any money. And the fact that you would even fly to Thailand and
can I tell you how that transpired?
And claim.
Can I tell you how that transpired?
Of 60 of my
Please,
customers.
Allison, let me talk. You're not letting me talk. I booked in to do your seminar in Thailand. When I booked in, I then booked my flights to do the seminar in Thailand. Then everything went pear-shaped, so I wasn't going to the seminar, but I was going to be in Chiang Mai anyway. So even though you think in your mind that I've done this particularly vindictive thing, flying to Thailand to break into your seminar, that's certainly not what happened. I'd booked my tickets and I was there at that time, and I used it to go and ask for a refund.
Okay, so the Australian friend that you brought with you...
That's my business partner.
Okay, so she wasn't booked to come to the seminar. Did
No.
she pay for her own flight or did you pay for
She didn't come in the seminar. She just stood at the door.
No, she came in the room.
Okay, she came in the room. You can come in the room.
But tell me something. Did she pay for her own flight or did you
Yes,
pay?
she did. It was a business expense. It went through our company.
So you bring a friend with you. You make a video and post it online that you're going to come to the seminar anyway.
I thought it was fair to you to do that.
Even though you were refunded from the event and we asked you not to come, you could have stayed at any hotel, you could have had a holiday in Chiang Mai and never come to my event, but you premeditated coming.
I didn't premeditate.
You did, you made a video about it and posted it.
That's after I booked my flight and
you
came.
invited people to meet you in the hotel of the event. You invited people to...
I had 20 of them in the local restaurant that night.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I know, Kerry. I know it all. So,
Well, you don't, but anyway.
Well, I know a lot. I know enough. And so you have clearly been on a mission since
Allison,
March 2 years ago.
I offered you $8,000 to close this down, like right back in the beginning with an email, and I said I'll take $8,000 and walk away and not do anything. You chose. No, you owed me $10,000 US.
No, it's not true. We never owed you that.
Well, that's what I paid. I wanted a refund for the $10,000 US, and I wanted my affiliate.
To a refund, Kerry. We delivered on the products that you purchased.
You didn't deliver.
Anything that you did with Jim was outside of what the product and service that you purchased through the business formulas. You purchased 10 Facebook pages, LinkedIn profile. We promised 1,000 LinkedIn connections. I got you 10,000 LinkedIn connections. I have a video testimony.
Can we not go back over all that?
But you tell me that I owed you money, and it's not true because...
Allison, it's not getting us anywhere. It's not moving forward.
But you clearly have a disconnect.
It's not getting you anywhere, Allison.
What you think happened and what actually happened.
It's not getting you anywhere, right?
Okay, but you're interrupting me when I'm telling you that you purchased a product for $10,000.
Which you refused to refund any part of, even though it didn't work. Visa refunded me.
The only way that would be helpful would be to have actual documentation, and you don't have that right now. So you've both clearly got very different perceptions.
I do have documentation of the product and service that we offered her.
And at any point, if you've got the documentation, both of you, but at this point, that's not what we're at. This is an informal discussion, and let's look at how you can maybe say, both of you set the intention today of moving forward. Just let's look at what it is, what is required from each of you to do that.
So what is required, Kerry, for you to take down your website and the social media posts, and for you to stop defaming me?
Look, Allison, I'm as good as my word. I am truly, you ask anybody who knows me, I'm the most trustworthy person. If I say I'm going to be here or do something, I do it, right? Short of being in an accident or sick. So, I don't take this lightheartedly. Like, I mean, and I've offered you, give me some money and I'll go away. And I've offered this over and over again because I've spent a lot of time on this too. You may have not got paid, but I certainly didn't. And not only
what would practically, what would it look like?
it would look like Allison gives me the $5 US, and then I take down the website, just close it all day, take all the videos off YouTube. I will go through I will go through my Facebook page. Like, I hardly use Twitter ever. If you see there's
Facebook post to Twitter
automatically,
Yep.
does it?
So all the
I've got
posts
it
on
connected.
Facebook-
Okay. Well, there's nothing. Like, I mean, I'll take down my Facebook stuff. I don't use LinkedIn to do much with. Like, I can't recall. I can't recall I've ever posted anything about you on LinkedIn. I don't believe I have, but you may find something. I don't know. If you find something that you find offensive in the future, all you have to do is flip me an email with the URL, and I'll go and take it down.
So you're saying you will remove all of the social media posts?
No, I'm not saying all of it. I said I'll go to Facebook and I'll delete the Facebook stuff. I'll go and have a look at Twitter. If possible, I'll delete the Twitter stuff, right? If
YouTube videos?
I'll take the YouTube videos down and I'll take the site down.
What about the blog posts you've made?
Which blog?
There's certain blog posts online. Tassos is one of them.
As I said, if you find something that you want me to take down, flick me the email and I'll take it down. Flick me it in the URL and I'll take it down.
So
Okay.
I have a list of places where you have publicly defamed me
Yeah.
and the business formulas and Jim. And
Where is Jim, by the way?
I have no idea. He hasn't talked to me for a year. I have no idea. Who knows? He left the business formulas in October, November or something, 2 years ago.
Okay.
So,
So we're getting
it's off track.
getting clear now.
So-
Clearer now. Where you two are both finding a way now to look at the very
Yeah.
concrete, practical things.
Allison, I can't make a promise I can't keep, and for me to promise you that I'm going to take down all the social media is just going to, I'm shooting myself in the foot. I can't do
Do you
that.
understand that any post from you online
That's what I said, if you find
is
some-
public record and is damaging to my reputation, which was perfect before you came along. I had no negative thing ever said about me, and like you, I have integrity and I do what I say.
But you
And I
don't,
show-
Allison. But
Well,
it's no
again,
good going
let's
over
come
the...
So
back to
let me just finish
in
because
concrete terms,
so
Allison.
We're
just
sort of
saying-
moving towards the end bit. Can we just keep going forward?
Okay.
And so your response to my request?
So my response is, if I'm going to pay you any money at all, I'm happy to give you a deposit of a certain amount, and when I am satisfied that all of the information is off the internet and that I have proof of that, then I will pay you the rest. I'm not going to pay you up front for anything unless I know that you will keep your word and delete.
Why do you
everything
think
off
I
the
wouldn't
internet.
keep my word?
Because your emails to me, even in the last week, have been quite, you call it, up and down. And part of you is saying you want to resolve the matter. The next part of you is saying, bring it on, sue me. I'm needing some incentive to take this to the next level.
You threatened to sue me, so what do I do? Just sit there and take it? Sue me,
So,
Allison,
yeah.
if that's what you need to
Well,
do.
folks,
Kerry,
There's
You
all
did
of
that.
this. Let's
You
come
did
back
that.
to
your emails, your first email to me weeks ago was, how long do you want to keep this up for, Allison? I can follow you around the world.
That's true.
And it's stalking, and it's also
I'm not
defaming my
stalking you.
business.
So again, folks, we've gone back into
We've gone
the
back into it.
emotional
I agree,
aspect.
Julie.
So let's just look at
The response to my request.
The concrete, what might be useful, really concrete and practical.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
That
so-
would be helpful.
So, this is what I would like. I understand that you were owed a certain amount at a certain amount of time, and that amount was $1,599.55 US. in good faith, and since I've spent $500 to come up here to see you today to try and resolve the matter, I am happy to pay you that $1,599.55 out of my own pocket, which I never received from the business formulas. I'm just giving you basically 2,000 Aussie bucks to pay you the commission that you say that you are owed, that you actually have some proof of. This is the only thing that I know that was ever owed to you from any business or anything like that. And I think that is a fair amount to pay you, Kerry.
Alison, I said I wouldn't budge on that 5.
Let me finish.
Yep.
This is what I would like. I'm telling you what I would like. Right?
Yep.
So I'm happy to pay you that, even though it's not my responsibility to do it. Right? And I would like the things that I mentioned in the email to you to be completed, as in both of your websites taken down, any blogs that you posted on, any posts in social media taken down, and I would also like to know who you've been in contact with so I can repair my reputation with them, because you have poisoned so many people's minds about me and my business with no due cause. And I think that is fair, what I'm asking. You have cost me so much in refunds.
I know.
And,
I know. They come back and tell me.
Of course they do. And you've made gloating videos about it, and you have sent me emails gloating about it. And Kerry, you've done damage. You've done more damage than what you were originally owed.
I know.
Surely you've got some satisfaction out of that or something.
I don't get satisfaction out of hurting other people,
Well,
Alison.
you've hurt me, and I never did anything but take care of you and get you credibility online and show up to all those coaching calls. I genuinely cared about you, Kerry, and I worked hard for you, and I helped you make sales as an affiliate. And
I could have made you look brilliant. I really could have.
Well, you originally did.
I could have.
Yeah,
but you didn't even stop showing the videos of me.
Kerry, though, look,
You said you would, but you didn't.
I did.
You didn't. You kept showing them.
I did, Kerry.
You didn't. That was just another lie.
And when you come to a seminar and sign an agreement to say that any videos taken here I'm allowed to use however I want, and when you signed that, it allowed me to use your testimonial video.
Yeah.
So
you
so again,
here we go. We're going back.
But again, you're making
Okay,
claims
Alison, in
against me.
response to your reply, is I said I wouldn't budge on that 5,000, and I'm not going to budge on that 5,000. That is the price that I think that I'm owed in commissions and affiliate commission that was sent that. Now, as a bonus to the affiliate commission for you, I will take down everything I can possibly find. I cannot promise to take it all down. As I said, if you find something that you go, hey, I found something, it's over here, can you take this down too? I will certainly oblige and do that as well. Right?
So you are agreeing to take down anything and everything that you put up online?
I will take down what's on Facebook. I'll take down the 2 websites that you mentioned. If I can find the stuff in Twitter, I never use Twitter. It's just I don't want to go back, Alison, and have like I'm up to Harvey Bay today for another week, and it hurts my business because I keep going away doing other business.
What you said was that anything that is noticed.
That's right. So if
If I see something, you'll take it down.
if you see something, or as I said, you just have to email me. If you want to, unblock each other, you can just send me a message through Facebook. And do that. I'm fine with that, right? But I can't promise to take it all down because I don't know what I don't know.
Well, I would also request that any friends that you've had share the content, you would also request them to delete those posts as well.
But what if they say no?
Well, I would just like you...
What if I said to Carla, delete the post? Would she say yes?
I would like you to take every effort to make sure that there's none of your stuff still shared out there online. And I understand that when people share things, it's now on their account. But I would like an undertaking from you that you will try, and I know that you've got some close friends that you've asked to share the content, and they did, that you would ask them to please also delete it as well. These posts are very damaging to my image, my brand, and my business.
I know that.
And there was no cause and no proof for it, even in the beginning. You still
Oh,
haven't.
Alison, I've got proof, but we don't want to go there.
No, well,
we don't want to go
well,
there.
But the thing is, Kerry, you have not once ever shown me one document, one slice of evidence that I personally owe you anything. And even with respect
As the company owner, you do.
Even with respect to the business formulas, you have never shared one document, one piece of evidence that the company owes you anything.
Alison, you haven't
except
replied to an email for 2 years.
because my solicitors told me not to. My solicitors told me not to.
So again, let's come to...
Like, I mean, when you say share, we have had no communication. That's what I say.
But we have had communication.
But we
We sent
haven't.
you a cease and desist letter. Did you get that?
Oh, that wasn't cease and desist. That was the weakest solicitor letter. Jim's mate must have written that. It had nothing.
Did you just ignore it?
again,
Of course.
Of course you did. So
Who's going to sue me internationally, which is what you'll have to do because it's over in the US?
So again, we
Yep.
can go. We're just this round and round for both.
I
of
know.
you.
Look,
And both of you
Kerry,
are.
we both want to move on. Look,
Yeah.
I have a document here that
I'm not signing any document.
No, I'm not asking you
Yeah.
to sign it.
Yeah.
I'm asking you to look at it.
I've read it.
I
I've
know
read
you-
it.
And
It's break the law, break the law, break
No.
the law. I can't do that.
before you,
So let's just
let me
let's
say
look-
what I
if
want to
you
say
can
about
both
this.
Look at it and look at what's concerning you.
No, I'm not even going through that document.
Okay.
Look,
What I
Alison,
wanna-
it's
what I wanna-
really easy. It's really
no,
easy.
it's not really easy because
$5,000 US, and I will do my best to get all the information about you that I put on the internet off. And that's it. That's it in a nutshell. Will you agree to that?
So Kerry, how would Alison know that?
Well, she's got a list of all the different places I've been. And as
Well,
Julie, I am a
there might be
trustworthy
places-
person.
There might be places, Kerry, that I don't know of. You might have posted on some other blog somewhere that I haven't even seen.
I
yet.
haven't posted on blogs,
Well,
Alison.
like
I
that's-
don't.
Kerry, do you understand?
Yeah. So again,
If you
it's the-
find something, do a search for it. Do your internet, go and find what I've done, and then say go and take that down, and I will. But I'm not going to sit there and spend weeks of work trying to take the stuff down that I don't know about.
Kerry, if you'll indulge me, I'd just like to go through a few things in this document.
No.
Because
No.
if I'm going to pay you $5,000 US to take all of this down, then
It's not
I
to
need
take it down, it's for affiliate commission. But as I said, if this doesn't happen today, I'll go and I'll put the site on
Well,
for sale.
on my
So
side-
again,
on my
what
side-
would be required, Kerry? How would you see that you would make that undertaking? That would how would you see that?
Okay, I would see it. Okay, I would get 4,000 US in my account or PayPal or however you want to give it to me. The other $1,000 will be once you're satisfied that I've taken down whatever I can take down. Okay, but as I said, I can't find everything to take down because it's the nature of the internet.
So I would agree to a $1,000 deposit.
So I'm
And
not
then-
taking anything
and
down
then-
for that.
and
Because
then-
I don't trust you, Alison, and
No.
that's what a real issue
Well,
is. Because you've already been
Kerry,
untrustworthy.
If we
so.
sign something, maybe not this document. We
It
can
won't be
draw
that
up a
document.
We can draw up a new one. But if we sign something to say that I would pay $1,000 deposit US, and then once I'm satisfied that the information is taken down offline, and it won't take you that long, you just go through, go delete, 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 delete. I also request that you delete those videos off your computers and off your devices. I don't ever want to see
I'm
them
not doing
online again.
any of that for $1,000, Alison.
No,
No.
but this was just the
This is-
beginning.
No, because
Okay.
I'm-
okay.
well,
So
let me just-
So we're starting to. You're both starting to work at offers. This is what negotiation is. You both come from your positions, and now let's look at what's in both your interests. So if I continue what you are offering, and then Kerry, that's just what's important then for you to respond and to see what I work for you.
So what I'm proposing is I pay you $1,000 US as a deposit, an agreement to you taking down any comments about me, and I'm going to include Jim in that as well as the business formulas or anything to do with any of my companies. It includes.
So you just said it was your company then?
No, the company.
With any of my companies, you
No,
just
my
said?
companies, which includes
companies.
Online Bizzo, which includes Allison Shreeve Proprietary Limited,
Yeah.
right? So
I didn't mention the companies, only on my website.
You posted on the Online Bizzo Facebook
Yeah.
page.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't let your people let me in.
Well,
Crazy stuff.
No, Kerry. You're gloating about this,
That's
and this
funny.
is very serious.
I know. Nobody's in there. There's only 30 people.
Do you really know?
What?
Do you really know how serious this is?
Oh, look,
Because
Allison.
my solicitors want to take you to court.
Good. Bring it on.
And there is so much defamation out there.
Bring it on.
And now blackmail and
Bring
extortion.
It on. See, you're just making words up.
No,
and you've gone backwards, Allison.
I'm just saying, Kerry.
You just keep threatening me.
No,
In a minute, if you threaten me once more, I'm up and out. I'm up and out of here.
I'm trying to get through this.
But you ask her to stop threatening me.
You're laughing in my face
funny.
at publicly defaming my business to my customers.
Yep.
Can I just encourage you both to come back to what's in your interest? What will it mean for each
I'm not
of
taking
you?
anything down for $1,000. I want $4,000 with the balance of $1,000. I've put out what I want.
Let me finish what I want.
But Allison has to get back to
Let's look
settling
at
this.
what's in your interest. What will it mean for both of you if this is resolved today? What will it mean for you, Kerry, if this is resolved today?
Well, it'll mean a lot of work. I'll have to go in and take stuff down and do that. I just move on. Like, I mean, this isn't the focus in my life. I've got things happening.
Yeah, so what will it mean constructively for this not to be a part of your life?
Well, really, like, it'll be, I don't know. So many people keep asking me for refunds, and then I'm spending the time helping them. So it's going to free up my time helping people to get their refunds and what they need to do.
So it's in your interest to free your time.
It is, it is.
And Alison, what would it mean to you?
Well, it would mean that customers would give my products and services a chance and not refund at the very beginning. And I mean, obviously there's financial benefit for me because it cost me so much in refunds. And so, you know, I have to spend more than an hour with each customer building trust with them to try and save refunds because of your website and your false claims about me.
So it would mean a lot to each of you. So let's come back to where we're at because
okay. So I want to finish what I was saying, and that was that I believe it's fair if I paid you $1,000 and we come to an agreement, and it could be a variation of this where you undertake to remove both of your websites from the internet, that you delete those backups of those sites, that you delete all of the videos and all of the posts, all of the reviews, and any posts that you've made on any blog that you know of, that you delete that off the internet, and that you promise never to talk about my business or me or any of my businesses in the future to anyone.
Allison, I'm not going to do that. I've said what I'm prepared to do, and that's it in a nutshell.
You'll let me finish?
I don't want to do the document. I've said I don't want to do the document.
What we're not
She's reading
we
through
need
things
to
on the
come to an
document.
agreement, Kerry.
It's that this is where Allison is now where Allison is, and you're over here. You've got your needs and your requirements, and you've got your needs and requirements. So this is the opportunity now to see if you can come together on those, thinking about the bigger interests for both of you.
If I'm going to send you any money, Kerry, I want a written agreement as to what you're going to do.
It won't be a written agreement. It will be exactly like what I said.
This is not going to
Allison
be a
will
handshake
pay.
over the table.
No, Allison will pay $5,000 for the affiliate commissions owed. In lieu of that $5,000, this is how the document will go. In lieu of that $5,000, Kerry will take the 2 websites down, take all the videos down, delete the whole lot, and go to social media and take down what she can find. Anything she can't find, Allison will send her an email and ask her to take that down, and she will take that down too. At the end. It's not going to be, I'm not going to talk to anybody, because I have friends who have used your service who we do talk about how's it going, what's happened, what do you know, that kind of thing. I'm not going to say I'm going to talk about. If people contact me and ask me how to get a refund, I will tell them how to get a refund. But why would they contact me? Because I don't have a website up there for them to contact me off.
Well, there is enough talk about you and your website and contacts and people in the US.
But it won't
now.
be up there.
But the
Oh,
damage
that's
is
Carla.
done.
That's not me, mate.
Oh, look, Carla's not even a customer of mine.
I know. But
She's
that's
crazy.
not even. I know she's a crazy lady, but it's not me. Carla's out there. She's done all the US stuff, not me.
What I'm saying, Kerry, is you need to understand that because of your efforts, there are people in other countries that know about you and have your details and share your link or your details with other customers, and it goes viral, as you know.
Alison,
right?
and the
So
conversation
what
goes.
what I want is an undertaking from you that if you are contacted by anybody else into the future because of references or whatever from other people that have been in contact with you, that you will not be teaching them how to refund from me, that you would not talk to them about me, that you will say...
I don't talk to them about you,
But
Alison.
you just said to me just then...
I tell
will
them
teach
how to
them
get a refund.
Exactly.
Okay, so
but that's what I want to stop.
So this is another part of what you're asking for.
And the refund talk goes, how long did you pay? How long have you paid? Oh, over a month.
It's none
Okay,
of
you're
your
not going to get
business.
some. No, this is how to get a refund in Australia for anything.
It's none of your business to talk to my customers about the products and services that purchase from me.
I don't.
But
I
you
don't
do.
even know what you're selling. They ask how to get a refund. I don't know what they
Because
purchase.
they know that you're the person to go to
That's
find
right.
the
And
answer.
so what would your suggestion be about that? Kerry?
Well, they won't find me because if I've taken the website down, which is where they're coming through, that they won't find me because
But if
it won't be up there.
They did find you. What's your suggestion?
Well, my suggestion, I have no idea what you're selling, Alison, absolutely none. The conversation goes how to get a refund. I know how to get a refund and I tell them, and it could be a refund, how to get a refund from Kmart. Like it doesn't have to be Allison, it can be how to get a refund.
What I'm trying to say,
I only speak of my experience. I don't speak about you. I don't know about you, what you're doing now, except I do know where you're going because everybody comes and tells me.
So if it was about Allison's products, how would you deal with
I don't
that?
know what Allison's selling.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
But how would you deal with people requesting information about a refund?
I don't.
About in the future, that's, I suppose... That's
Here are the refund laws, and then I say, this is the refund laws, right? And that's it. It's got nothing to do with with you, even though they're asking how to get a refund
okay,
from
so
me.
even the fact that you don't know anything about what I'm selling now, even for the last year and a half, you don't know what I'm selling. Even still, people have come to you and asked you about the refund thing because they've seen your scam website and because
That's right. So if that comes down, it's not going to be a problem,
But
is it?
the point I'm trying to make is, Kerry, people talk and people have information and people take screenshots and people have information that you are the person to contact about how to get refunds, right? So chances are very high that in the future somebody might hear about how to come to you and ask you for advice. And I'm requesting that you keep out of my business.
I'm not in your business.
Well, you are. And you tell them, I'm sorry, I can't talk to you about Allison. I suggest that you talk to her personally about it. Because I'm able to talk to anybody. I am. And I have. Every single one of them.
I know how your talks go and they get very angry, very aggressive, and no, I'm not going to give you a refund. That's how your talk goes.
Well,
Because
Kerry,
I've
it was
already
with you.
experienced
It was with you because you were asking for a ridiculous refund a year and a half
so
after
again,
the fact.
rather than going back, let's look at where you're at with that in terms of the future. In future, let's look at the future.
So I want to know that if I'm going to be paying you this money, Kerry, that you're not going to continue teaching people how to refund from me, even if they find you on the side through Carla or whatever. Like people will find you because there's been so much talk and so much out there about what you've been talking about. You're like the go-to expert on how to get a refund in Australia.
Really? Maybe I should set up a site like that. Hey? How to get a refund.
Exactly.
Okay,
Well,
so
that's
again,
what people know about you, Kerry.
So let's look at how you would manage that if people did make that contact in future.
Oh, Alison, I think you're worried about something that you don't need to be worried about.
No, I'm
But you know what
very
most people
serious
do?
about it.
And this is really sad. Most people just go, I've invested unwisely. I've done my money. Too bad, too sad, you know, and they just move on. That's what most people do. They go, I was stupid enough to invest in that, and I haven't done this, and I haven't done that, and that's just the way it goes. That's what most people do.
But those people who might still be contacting you in terms of that, how would you deal with that in the future?
Well,
I suppose that's what you're...
I'm reluctant to say. I'd just say go away. Like it's like how to get a refund. You have to write to the person and ask them. Like, why can't I say that? You have to write, and I always say that. You have to write to Allison first and ask for a refund and get a response.
I would request that you would just, if they email you or contact you in any way, just say, just please contact Allison directly, and that's it. Don't mention the word refund. Don't tell them how. Don't write them a big long lengthy email of your story. Your story is completely different to their story.
I don't write them a lengthy email.
So that's,
I've seen
so
that,
let's
Gary.
come back to that again. So your request is that you would say...
you have to approach the person that you want the refund and request a refund.
And is that something that you'd be open to?
I can do that, yeah. That's what I do now.
And nothing else.
Well, then I say, how have you paid? Have you paid PayPal or Visa?
You don't need to continue asking them more about their business, about how they've paid, about, you know, because that's setting them up that you're the person that's going to give them the answer to how to get their money back. I'm asking you that if somebody, like a customer, comes to you and heard that you're the person to go to about this, that if they contact you, you just say, look, I don't know anything about Allison's business, please just contact her. That's it.
What I'd like to say, and probably you writing the letter for me to say it, so anyone who contacts me, write a letter to the person to ask for a refund. If you paid by Visa or PayPal, contact Visa or PayPal after you've received the response from the person you've written the letter to. If you write me something like that, so it comes from how, basically what I said, because that's the process.
But what I'm trying to say is I don't want you to teach them the process.
Oh,
I
man,
want to deal
it's
with
not
the customer.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So again,
like when you say go to the credit card company, that's when they get their money back because it's the credit card company.
3 months they've got. That's all they've got.
No, it's longer than that.
No, it's not. It's 3 months.
Okay, so
Listen,
again...
I just want to just finish what I'm saying here. With respect to customers, if they know they can go to their credit card company and request a refund, despite the fact they could have delivered great work, but they heard somewhere in the whiff that Kerry had this issue with Allison at one point, and that creates mistrust, and therefore they want a refund because they're struggling for money, and it's not to do with the product or service that I've actually delivered. I now have to give money back to people when I've delivered a good service. And because you've told them that they go to their credit card company...
I don't know, tell them to go to you first every time.
Yeah,
because the credit card company won't touch them unless they've contacted you.
You're also telling them to go to the credit card company after, and I'm asking you to please not do that. I just want them to come to me. Just me.
Obviously they're not getting the right answer from you, Allison, when they come to you.
Well, I'm very generous, Kerry, and I've refunded an awful lot of people because of you.
You haven't been generous to me.
And
so again, let's just look at that. This is a small sticking point. We've got the bigger picture to look at. So and this is it's an important point, and to look at. Let's not look at derailing this. So come back to where you both are with this right now.
All right.
And that's one thing that needs refinement.
Okay. So, I'm not going to pay you a cent until we have some agreement on what is going to be happening.
So are you willing to do what I do the agreement I said? Because I'm not willing to do that.
I'm willing to pay you $5,000 US if you go away. Right?
Yeah, I get that. I get that. Yeah.
But I'm willing to pay you $1,000 up front, and when the rest of it happens, then
it's not enough, Allison.
Right, so let's look again. You've both come to an agreement, basically. It's just now the terms of the agreement. So I want you both to acknowledge that you just both agreed on the $5,000 and the go away. It's the how that happens now that is key. So is that...
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Well, it's Allison's the one who's agreed to.
So Allison's that... exactly.
Look,
It's the
I
now
don't,
it's the
Kerry,
how.
I don't
so
want to
you've
pay
actually
it.
achieved.
I just want to be very clear here.
now
No,
achieved
just,
I just
are
want-
you agreeing to this
Let
or
me
not?
finish.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay you $5,000.
I understand that.
I think it's blackmail and extortion. And
Well, it's not.
well, let me finish. And I think it's undeserving since you've cost me so much in refunds and stress.
You
and
should have
everything else
sucked
that
it
you've
up
done.
years ago. It would have
No,
been far
let me finish.
cheaper.
I'm saying to you, Kerry, if 5,000 is your bottom number,
And it is.
then I'm willing to pay it. But I want a contract signed between
Won't be
you
a
and
contract.
me. It'll
Well,
be an agreement. It'll be an agreement
Yeah, we're talking about an agreement.
with both our
And
signatures
you
on it.
mentioned that an agreement as well.
That's right.
Right.
But it'll be very short and sweet.
There will be an agreement, and we are going to agree on the agreement.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it's fair that I pay you $1,000 deposit, and that the terms in the agreement are met, and then I pay you the rest. Because, Kerry, too much has happened, as you know, and you promised before that you would sign a document and the affiliate commissions would be paid, and you didn't. And
No, you know
created a
why?
scam website
Jim
about
sent
it.
me 2 documents.
So
Let me
I
finish.
agreed to sign one
finish.
document. He sent me a second
So let's
document
not
to
let's
sign.
save
I'm
it for
just
So
saying-
that was a lie.
You
Okay.
have a
Let's
history
not go
of
backwards.
not doing what you
Yeah,
say.
okay.
No, that was a lie. He
Okay.
said, you said sign one
talking
document.
about
I
money now,
agreed
Kerry?
to that.
So
No.
both of you.
See, every time we get to a point where
Yeah.
you've told a downright lie,
Yeah.
whereas I will sign the document, and then you send 2 documents for me to
Okay.
sign,
All right.
that's
I
a
didn't
lie.
send anything,
So
Kerry.
right now you're at the point you've reached, and it's really important not to derail this. Right now you've reached an agreement, and it's the fine tuning of it now as to how that is written and the terms. That's really clear. So you've come a long way to be able to do that, and it's now the how. that is
Okay,
the
and unfortunately,
implementation of it.
am running out of time.
Yeah,
It's
so
after
we need to
10,
finish
this
so
quickly.
Yeah. So how would you? Let's look at how the document could be drafted.
Well, there's the basis of a document that I want signed. I suggest, Kerry, that you have the Word document, that you edit this how you think is reasonable.
I'd have to delete all that. I've shown my solicitor this, and they just went, "Oh my God!"
Well, Kerry, what's important is maybe
Right?
you can
Oh
come
my
back.
God! They gone. Where did
Yeah.
this come
Yeah.
from?
So what's
Huh?
the process now is that you can draft, come back with another.
Well, it's
with
exactly
your
what I
document.
said. There's
Yeah,
nothing different
yeah,
to what
yeah.
I said.
But it needs to
But
be.
I cannot
It needs to
promise
be in writing,
things.
Kerry.
I
Needs
will.
to be
Yes, I
yeah,
cannot promise things that I cannot deliver,
So this
and
is where
I
you're
refuse
at
to do
now
that.
to draft your document.
Well, it'll be half a page.
Yeah, and then for that to
I'll
be.
say I'm prepared to do exactly what I said. I'm not going to say it
But
again.
it all needs to be down
Yeah,
in writing
yeah,
and
yeah.
spelled out.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what would
And-
to happen, and so let's look at time frames here.
So, I'm assuming that you'll get your solicitor to draw up the document.
No, I just do it. It's just be 2 paragraphs.
So, I request that you create that document, that you email it to me. I request that a good chunk of what's in here is in that document. I want it in writing that you're going to take down these things, Kerry.
I'll put that there. I'll put the
in
2 websites and that. That's
The
fine.
websites, I want it in
Yeah,
writing.
yeah.
You're going to remove social media.
But I
You're gonna
can't
remove
say
the
all.
reviews.
Do you understand that? I can't
understand
say all.
everything that you can find.
Everything that I can find.
Yep,
Yes.
everything that you can find. And I would also like, if I'm paying you $5,000 US, which is a lot of money, Kerry, that you also ask your friends to delete the post as well. The
I
ones
will
you
put
know
a
of.
Facebook post and say, can anybody in Facebook who's got our posts about Allison, could you delete it? Is
So
that
that needs to be part of the draft
yeah,
needs to be
agreement.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have a database of people that you have been
You
building.
cannot have that.
No, I'm not asking for it. If you don't want to give it to me, that's fine. But I request that you send that database one email, and it's something along the lines of matters between Allison and
I'll
I.
put a post on Facebook, Allison, but I'm not going to email the database.
You have a database of people. How big,
I don't even have that. I've got mainly phone numbers and
how big is the database?
about 80 people.
What about the list of people that you're building now from your website?
Oh, I haven't looked at that lately, so I don't really know.
Well, those people are joining your list and they're finding you because they're a customer of mine.
Yeah.
So let's look at the refinement, and this will be in writing, the refinement of, Kerry, what you see as all of the possible things that people, that have been creating this, and for you also then to look at that, and for both of you then to fine-tune how you manage this. Yeah. So we need some time frames on this.
Yeah. So, I mean,
what would be a realistic time frame?
How much time do you need to draw this up?
Unfortunately, I'm in a car all day today, so then I'm
flying
doing
tonight
business.
anyway, so if it takes a day or two, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So by when would you?
I don't know, Alison. Can I not commit to that? I'll do it as quickly as I can. But I'm installing a kitchen in Harvey Bay, so it's not as if I'm sitting on my computer doing a webinar.
Can we say by the end of next week?
Oh yeah. I'll be back on Monday. So, but Monday night it will be, and I'm just full on up there. But if I get a chance, to do something, to put it down, I will.
So you're looking at it by next Monday night?
Well, I will not be back here, and I'm sitting in a car for 5 hours.
By the end of
next week,
okay. And that's reasonable. And then
Yep. So by the end of next week, you'll send me a document, which will have a big chunk of this in it. Right?
Not necessarily.
Well, it's social media posts.
All the details.
I've clearly defined what I want removed from the internet, so it would be easy for you to copy and paste that, and you've agreed to do that from what you know of.
From what I know.
And that you're going to make a Facebook post to say, "Dear friends, please delete any posts that you have about Allison. The matter's been resolved between us."
I'm quite happy to do that. Yeah.
And I'm asking for you to delete the videos that you've created and the backups of your website and all of that off your devices.
But I'm not going to do any of that, Alison, until I get most of the money. Because if I go and delete it and then you're not going to pay me the rest of the money, I've deleted all the files and I have...
Tweak this, it'll be $3,000 deposit, and you'll give me the PayPal account that you want that into.
Yep.
Give me your bank account details too, so I've got two options. And the balance of $2,000 in full. So...
and that will be on the 30th day of that, whatever the 30 days comes to.
Yep.
Of you going and deleting, finding posts that are still outstanding.
And this document as well, this recording will also be deleted at the finalisation of payment.
Okay, so what about you? You're going to delete all the stuff about me?
This too.
Okay, so in there, whatever you're requesting I do, you have to do for me. Have you got posts about me anywhere?
I've never made a post about you, Kerry, ever.
Have you got people that you've written to about me that saying, Kerry this, or I don't know?
I've never written.
I don't know.
I've been quiet for 2 years.
Because I know you haven't. You've talked about me on stage heaps of times.
No, I haven't.
When I went into Chiang Mai, you stood up and talked for like 40 minutes about me and about.
Burst into a seminar of 60 people. I had to do public relations.
Yeah. So let's.
Well, you just see. There's another lie you've told me, Alison. I never talk about you. I just told you you've talked about me at a seminar.
This one incident where you burst into those 60 people, I had to tell them what you'd done.
All right. So again, let's. Both of you have got considerable hurt here. Let's for both of you just state what your understanding is now of where you both are.
All right, so Kerry's going to put together a document similar to this. So you've got my notes.
Yeah.
By the end of next week.
So that date is.
And that date would be the.
So it's the. Today is the 17th.
So by
It'll be the 24th.
Friday the 24th, 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And you'll send me a document that I can look over and agree to or make changes to, whatever. But we'll try and come to a resolution. It'd be good if we could get a resolution by the end of next week between the two of us. So if you could send it by Wednesday or something.
I'll do my best. I can't promise
I know you're busy,
anything
but so am I. So, and I'm going overseas again soon anyway.
Sure.
So I would like to resolve the matter before I leave. And once we both have it signed and witnessed that we've both signed it, and a copy each, then I will send you $3,000 US.
And then once I get that in my account,
Yeah.
I'll go in. I'll take everything
Take
down.
everything down.
Then I'll tell you I've taken down what I can find. You can go for broke and go and find anything else.
Yep.
30 days later,
Yep.
come back, you've found whatever, and it's a done deal. The money's transferred in the account, and that's when I delete all the files.
Yep. And the things that I mentioned in the recording today, you need to put those things in the contract. Okay. And then we can both move on with our lives, which would be really great.
That would be good.
Okay, good. And hopefully no one will know about this in the future and they won't be contacting you anymore. So there'll be no cause for refunds because I do offer a good product and service. You just wouldn't know.
Well, I wouldn't, would I?
No, you wouldn't. But
Okay, so again,
it's just the way it is.
So acknowledging that you've both worked
Yep,
really hard
okay,
and
cool.
move forward.
Cool.
Want to take a copy of this?
Well, you've sent it to me, haven't you?
Yep. Do you need it to make notes on or anything?
I'll chuck it in my bag.
Should we write down the number in here that we agree to?
No.
No, you fine, you
I
can
know.
remember it?
I know. I remember.
Okay.
I think I'll have a clue. Okay. So we're all done?
And I didn't hear that you are going to retract the statement from Today Tonight and those other places, the other media,
What other media?
or whatever media you contacted about me.
Today, tonight?
Is that it? Can you please retract your statement to them?
I will send them an email. If you can get their email, I will send them an email.
Well, whoever you
Because I just
who
went
you
and did an
contact?
online form. I to nobody. You just do it to nobody. I just did an online form.
All right. Well, I'll see if I can find a contact there where you can retract the statement to, and I want to be CC'd on that email.
Okay,
You
I
send
can do
them?
that. Yeah,
I want that in the contract too.
yeah, you can do that.
And the police report that you put in, I need you to retract that as well. You said
Actually, once again, it's an online form where you
once
put
again, you
it
need
through
to-
the
you-
Australian Federal Police.
you need to email the Australian Federal Police and say the matter has been resolved.
Anyone you want me to email, give me their email, and I'll go and do it.
Okay, but
Right.
Kerry, I don't know who you've contacted, so who else have you contacted?
Well,
that
that's
I need
it.
to
I
know
haven't spent my whole 2 years
about?
sitting there
you reported
contacting
me to the
people.
Department of Fair Trading,
Yep.
so you should email them as well.
You're lucky I didn't do you at the ATO.
So
that's
again,
it, real lucky.
Well-
let's look at
Huh?
again listing in those
Yep.
what your understanding is,
Yep.
Alison, of the emails.
Yeah, I just want a
yeah.
retraction with Department of Fair
But
Trading.
you have to list
I know,
this in
I'm
the
just telling you
document.
now,
Yeah.
Australian Federal Police, Today Tonight.
Yeah, just
And
give me the
any
emails
other
and I'll just
organisation
send
you
it.
contacted.
Yep.
But I don't know who that is, so these are the ones I know of.
I've told you everything I've done. I don't, I've been very transparent.
Okay, but
So if
there are
there's-
things you've done, Kerry, and they need
So
to be
again,
undone.
if there is anything that you recall, that would be another.
Before I did something, I'd email her and say, "This is what I'm going to do," and then I go and do it.
All right.
Okay, I really have to go. My
Thank
day's
you.
looking pear-shaped already. Oh man.
Well, thank you for settling. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's good, Alison. I think it's good.
And I do wish you all